Bonjour, welcome to the French Formula channel. Je m'appelle Aurélie, my name is Aurélie, and today we are going to talk about le futur simple. Le futur simple, so the simple future in the French language. If you're joining for the first time, you are catching one of the live lessons of the October challenge. I have challenged myself to show up every day for the month of October for a short lesson live here on YouTube. So if you want to make sure that you catch the other videos, subscribe the button, like that you will have the notification, and you can already watch all the video that we have covered, we have done so far. So this week the topic is conjugation and tense. So we have covered past tense the last 2 days, and today we are doing the futur simple. We have done the futur proche as the first lesson of this week, so you can also review that. The futur proche is pretty simple. We talk about something that's going to happen soon. What is the difference with the futur simple, you will ask? Well, the futur simple is used more when we talk about project in the long term or prediction. But if you use either or, futur proche or futur simple, you are not making any mistake, okay? Compared to other tense that you cannot interchange. Here, futur proche or futur simple, you are not making any mistake. It's just that you're targeting more what you are trying to say. So if you want to talk about your project next year, in 5 years or 10 years, it's most likely you will have to use the futur simple. And as this name is pretty obvious, this is a tense that is very easy to conjugate, but we need to know some basic grammatical information, okay? So we are going to start with let me go on my notes. Here you go. So, aujourd'hui, nous sommes mercredi 19 octobre, okay? Mercredi 19 octobre. By now, if you watch several of this video, now you know exactly how to write the date in French. The day of the week, the number, and the month, all right? So, the topic today is le futur simple. Futur simple, very easy to conjugate. We will need the infinitive of each verb. We talked about infinitive before. You don't need to know a lot about grammatical terms when you learn French, but some basic one you need as your foundation. So infinitive is the verb as is neutral form, okay? Like you will find it in the dictionary. And we have category of verb. Here I give you 3 main verbs that are representing each category. Aimer, finir, and vendre. So here they are not conjugated, they don't have a subject or tense, they are in the infinitive form. How do we build our futur simple? It is very easy. The formula is that you will use here, so le sujet, the verb at the infinitive form, and the ending that you have to learn. But they're not really complicated, right? So, on construit le futur simple à partir, so from, l'infinitif, et on ajoute les terminaisons suivantes. AI, AS, A, ONS, EZ, ONT. Okay, so if we look at the verb visiter, that is a regular verb from the first group, it goes like this. Je visiterai, tu visiteras, il, elle, on visitera, nous visiterons, vous visiterez, ils, elles visiteront. Most of the time you will not hear the E in between. French people will say nous visiterons. Okay, so this E is kind of eaten, but we have to write it. Okay? So if we go back to, this is a verb in ER, but if I take the verb finir, for example, right here, so that was the first group, aimer and voyager will be conjugated the same way. Finir, right here, I will have, this is my whole infinitive that I will use, and I will come and add my ending. Je finirai, tu finiras, il finira, etc. Okay? So it's very simple. You take the infinitive of your verb and you come stick each ending. There was one little tiny thing that's happened for the third group, like vendre, for any verb that finish with a E. So here we're going to keep only this part. We are not going to keep the E because if not, it will look weird. And then we have je vendrai, tu vendras, il, elle vendra, nous vendrons, etc. Okay? So that is pretty simple. The only difficulty that you have with the futur simple is that you have some irregular verbs. But when you know those irregular verbs, they have the same ending. So the ending, this is not where the problem happened, is more in the stem. So we have our irregular verb. We have the verb avoir, être, venir, aller, faire. There is a little bit more, but I give you the main one. So avoir will be j'aurais. As you see, we have the same ai as the ending, but the stem changed, is now or. Oops. Je serai, I will be. Avoir, I will have. Venir, je viendrai. Aller, this one is completely irregular. J'irai, we start with the I, R, and then the ending. And je ferai. So if you have irregular verb to learn by heart, those are the 5 verbs that you will have to focus on. I have a resource for you. It's in the caption below. We have done a podcast episode with my dear cousin when we talk about her future, what she will do when she will be done with school. So exactly what I mentioned in the beginning, talking about project or prediction, we are using the futur simple. So when you listen to the podcast, you will hear the different way of using the futur simple, and you have the worksheet. So let me show you the worksheet. Here you will have the short lesson. So it's written, it's a worksheet PDF, you can print it. So here you have the conjugation. I put some of the irregular verb, and I also put in the conversation the moment where we are using the futur simple, like à partir de janvier, j'irai en Espagne. So starting in January, I will go to Spain. Combien de temps tu resteras? How long will you stay? Je visiterai beaucoup de lieux. I will visit a lot of places. So you see here, really invite you to print this worksheet after listening, like that. You just focus on listening comprehension, and then you work on the writing part. Of course, you can have sometime a mix also with futur proche, right? And we have here, again, the formula for the futur proche. One little thing also that I want you to see, so the conditionnel, we're going to cover that tomorrow, so I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I want to show you also that you have ways to talk about future plan without having to use the futur simple. For example, when you talk about a certain project, you will use the present tense as je pense faire une année de césure. I think doing of a year without, studying. Or j'envisage de, I'm planning to, plus verb and infinitive. So you see how you will be able, while you're learning and improving your French, finding other way to express things. This is the beauty of learning English, is that you have the main tool to explain, talk about project and prediction that are here, the futur simple, but you will see that you have all the way using all the formula to still talk about project, plan, and prediction. One topic also that will use a lot of futur simple, if somebody asks you, what do you think is going to happen in 2100? Okay, this is a writing prediction that I often ask my students because it can be fun to imagine how Earth will be in 80 years, or let's say we can even go further in 3000, how Earth will be. So this is one of a fun writing prediction that you can do using only the futur simple. En 2100, for example, la planète sera, les êtres humains seront, blah 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 blah. So this is a good way to practice. You can use you can use the formula of future simple right now in the comment below as you watch in replay or live. For example, what would you do? What will you do, because it's not conditional, in 5 years? Where will you be? Where will you travel? Give me a sentence in the comment below to see how you practice your future simple. Don't forget also to enter the giveaway to win 3 months of the premium membership. The winner will be announced at the end of the month through a raffle. So I'm excited for that, celebrating our first anniversary of the premium membership. I hope this lesson about future simple was short, simple, efficient, and very practical for you, that you can right now put in action in your French learning journey. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to cover the conditionnel. So the conditional tense, you will see, kind of looks similar to the future in the way we're going to build it, with a tiny slightly difference, and of course another use. I see you tomorrow. Like this video to give you some strength and energy for the next rest of the month, because we have what is today, the 19th, so we have a little bit more than 10 days to go, a little bit more than that. So give us a thumbs up if this video was useful for you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, à demain.